key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekko Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. PCG, level up, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up, backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. 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 Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekko Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. PCG, level up, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up, backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 2026. All of the above. Ooh wee. Man, last few weeks have been freaking crazy. Just obviously they always are. Just holiday, like October. Like Halloween and on, I'm sure you guys know this, Halloween and on is just non-stop busy. Just with, and we even have a birthday right before Halloween, so it's just kind of like bam, 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 just a bunch of things. So maybe things will slow down, maybe they won't. You know, it gives you something to do, right? So it's appreciated most times. Sometimes it's like, oh my goodness, I just want to sit on my damn ass and not do anything. But you know, for the most part, it's great. Now that things are slowing down, hopefully I can get back into the habit of streaming. And I'm not doing any, like a lot of times, I'm not every time, but a lot of times, like when I, miss a stream or whatever. So I was streaming pretty consistently, but I'm not doing something. Sometimes I am. Sometimes there's other stuff going on, life and all that fun stuff. But sometimes like last night, I'm just like, I am exhausted. I'm burnt out. There's a lot of stuff going on. I was supposed to go to a tournament yesterday that I wanted to go to, and I just could not muster up the energy to do anything. And they had the national championship playoffs, or the college football playoffs, or whatever the hell you want to call it, but playoffs for the college football. So I wanted to watch that too. So it just, you know. So, anyways, long story short, I apologize for not streaming more consistently because I know you guys miss it. But, you know, hopefully, if things slow down, we can get back into a good habit. And I should have a ton of boxes and stuff. And if I'm being honest, like, it makes it a little easier, you know, to miss a stream every now and then because, like, my product is just like so. And I don't want to say it's so low because I have a lot in there, but there's just a ton of stuff that there's just a ton of stuff that, you know, is strictly for collecting purposes. I'm kind of getting into my head, I'll be honest, because I see people, and literally like probably 10 minutes before I started the stream, I'm scrolling on my phone, Instagram or whatever, and you know the damn algorithms, they'll take you down a path and they'll keep pulling you down. But I just see people who do, you know, the exact same thing that I do, right? They're streamers and they're opening packs and stuff, and these dudes are like opening cases at a time. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have like most of the ones that I saw were like Japanese, you know, and I'm sure, you know, they're still the same cards. They look just as good, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that'll be something I get into in the future, but, you know, not my thing for right now. But these dudes are taking packs, you know, handfuls of packs at a time, like 8 packs at a time, you know, got some scissors, cut the top off and just emptying them all out at once. You know, that's pretty much a whole stream for me, right? I typically open like right around 10 packs. Sometimes it's more, depending on the day, obviously. But they'll open, you know, they'll cut open, pull all the cards out, and just bam, there they are, right? So, and then I see some videos with people they have cases, like this entire wall behind me, full from top to bottom of cases of One Piece. And I'm just like, dude, that's insane. That's like $40,000 worth of, you know, depending on how many actual boxes he has or cases he has. You know, that's $50,000, which, you know, if you pull the right cards, you can make that money back, you know, just as quickly. And, you know, not to say I'm not jealous or anything, you know, I had 40 cases in the back, and it was more than 40 cases, it's a ton of cases, but $40,000 worth of cases. And I'm just throwing that number out there. It's just a lot of fucking cases, right? But yeah, just $40,000 would be like roughly, probably a little bit more, for 40 cases. So it was more than that. Shit, there was a ton of cases in this one particular video. But whatever. Again, good for that person. Happy for them, all that stuff. But it just gets in my head. I'm like, damn, like I'm not gonna be able to ever compete with these people. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to do that. I don't ever want to just be like, I opened 100 packs in, you know, 5 minutes type of a deal. Like, I think I just got to stay in my lane because this is what I enjoy. Sitting here, chatting, talking to y'all, opening packs, you know, actually going through the packs. And sometimes, especially like with the newer cards, when we hit a newer pack or a newer set, we can look through the cards together, read what the cards do, kind of get a feel for them, get an idea of like some decks that we want to maybe run and build. Yeah, so I enjoy that, like just the sheer ripping and having the cards open. Like I could not do that. It's overwhelming with the amount of cards that I have now, and it's not anywhere near what these people are opening. But yeah. Oh well, just kind of a thought that I was having. Anyways, I bought this cool little device here. It's literally just like it's nothing special. It's literally like a 3D printed stand that has no special features to it. So essentially, right, there's no like actual functioning part to this, right? It's literally just you set your phone on top. It's not even like there's not even like a holder or whatever. You just set your phone on top, and then if you can see like inside, there's like this little slot right here that where the card's supposed to slide down. It doesn't slide down that great all the time, but whatever. Just kind of got to toss it in there, and then here at the bottom they'll like hold the cards. Like for example, I'll kind of show you, right? And then you put the card in there. It slides to the bottom, and essentially what it's supposed to do is, yeah, what you're supposed to do is like the phone. You're supposed to have the app open on your phone to whatever is scanning your cards, whatever app you have that scans your cards, and it just keeps it in place while you put your cards in there, and it helps scan your cards. So I've been messing around with that for the past couple of days. Today was probably the day I spent the most time messing around with it. I got it kind of working because it was not working at all the past couple of days. Like I don't know. It was just not working. It wasn't working at all. So I messed around with some of the settings. Made it because the settings I had it kind of like strict. As far as like being perfect lighting conditions and blah blah blah. They have some sort of like messages up underneath the different settings. It's like loose, moderate, and strict. And I had to under strict because I'm like, okay, I want this to be the exact right card and blah blah blah. So it just wasn't working for the past couple days. So I'm like, let me just fucking change these settings around, right? See if changing the settings would help. Moved it down to loose, the loosest setting that they have, and it started working immediately. And so it's working much better. It's not 100% perfect, don't get me wrong, but it is much better than it was. And I would say it is less work. As far as like sorting the cards, it's gonna always be the same because I have to have the cards sorted, and they have to be, you know, in my box, in my box in order for me to be able to access it whenever I make a sale, right? Can't just have them fucking, all crazy. I tried that, and that was just a fucking shit show. So the cards will always need to be sorted into the color and into, numerical order, I guess, within the color. So that'll always be the case. But what unless there's some sort of fucking cool ass invention out there, which I'm sure there is. I've been seeing stuff in this card castle or some shit like that. So I don't know. Maybe in the near future, feels like that's maybe something that becomes a little bit more readily available. And anyways, but what is nice about the TCG Player app that allows you to scan the cards into lists, basically. So you get to scan all the cards you want to, and then you get to save it in a list, and it gives you, I don't know how many lists, if there's a limit, but right now I have probably like 7 lists, right? And I have them for each of the sets, not each of the sets, but all the sets that I've scanned. So like OP13, OP7, OP12, blah, 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 right? And so when I'm done scanning however many cards I want to scan, I can save it in an existing list, create a new list, whatever. And it's pretty nice because once I do that, I can import the list. And since it's TCG Player, I can import the list from where it lives, I guess initially, and I mentioned this the other day. I can import it into the seller portal, right? So it's one step. It's not that big of a deal. And it's extremely easy. Just a click of a button, and it basically sends it over. And then from there, I go into the seller portal, and then I'm able to just import the list into my inventory. And then there's another step, like it'll do. I think this is how it works. So if you already have the card currently in your inventory, and you have an actual quantity for the card, so if you have 1 or more copies of the card, and you have a price for the card, then it'll just update your live inventory, right? So if you had 1 before and you're bringing in 3, so it'll update it to 4, and they'll all be the same amount. It'll be 1 cent or however much you're selling that initial card for. But if you don't, and again, don't quote me on this because I'm still figuring it out, but I believe this is the case. But if you don't have any copies, even if you've had some in the past, if you don't currently have any copies of that card, then it'll put it in a staged inventory, and that's just an inventory that's kind of sits in the back. It's not actually, live where people can buy from it. Um, but it'll put that in the staged inventory. You can look at that. You can update the prices, update whatever you want to on there, and then a click of a button. If everything looks good, it'll move everything to the live inventory. So it's worked extremely well. I've been able to inventory a lot of cards, um, which takes a lot of time. So the sorting of the cards again. Gank that. Long time no see, man. Yo, that's been MIA. Hope you've been enjoying your time off of work. um, but yeah, so just having that feature where I'm able to just import a list and it update the quantities saves so much time, right? So I'm all about kind of like making things easier, and I think right now we're probably about as efficient as we can be. Again, I'm sure that at some point in the future, who knows, there'll be some sort of device that can sort the cards by color. Again, I think there's probably something similar. I don't know if it just does Magic cards, but I've seen it. I haven't really looked a whole lot into it, but whatever. Um, I'm sure if it's a good product, people will eventually copy it, and then there'll be some other options. But anyways, um, yeah. So it's nice so far being able to inventory the cards so quickly just by pressing a button. Makes things so much easier. So I've done over half of the cards that I had been collecting over the past like 2 weeks. I haven't inventoried cards, but I've inventoried like definitely over half of them, like pretty much. No, not all my OP13. I had a ton of OP13 that I hadn't inventoried yet. Um, but all the packs that I've had, just one or two packs opened of. I still have PRBO2. I have OPO7. I didn't do the OPO7 I didn't finish the OPO7 because I did start on it, but I didn't finish it because I still had 3 packs to open, which will be opening tonight. So once I'm done with that, I'll honestly be able to finish this up tomorrow, which will be nice because I haven't been having that many sales lately. Because before, dude, I was hitting 20 sales a day. Don't get me wrong, that shit was annoying. That shit is very, very annoying when I'm getting 20 sales every single day. Like, yeah, that's great, blah, 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 but damn, the fucking manpower that goes into doing that to actually fucking fulfill those orders is just a lot. So it actually has been nice. And I think it's probably, I don't know what it's due to, but I think maybe it has something to do with, the holidays. This past couple of weeks being Christmas, the New Year's, maybe it'll pick up. And it might also have something to do with the fact that I'm not updating my inventory. You know what I'm saying? So there's, I probably have, this is like 350 cards. So I probably have like, if I had to guesstimate, I'd probably say like 800 or 900 cards that aren't inventoried right now. And the more cards that I have in the inventory, the more I'll hit on an order, blah, blah, blah. So, Gank that. My holidays were pretty good. Christmas was awesome. New Year's was cool. We didn't do much. We literally went up to a bar up the street and hung out there for a little bit and came home. Like 12:10. I think we were in the car coming home. If that, I think probably before that. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, we did the countdown and we probably left there 2 minutes later. Like was not in that bar for much longer after the clock struck midnight. But yeah, anyways, long story short, the tool has been very awesome. It's going to make things a lot easier. It isn't perfect. The app isn't perfect as far as like scanning. Like I still have to go through there and make sure that everything scanned in correctly, right? Because you know, there's been a couple of times that I've seen that it scans something too many times, right? Like 2 or 3 extra times and 2 or 3 extra copies, which isn't a huge deal. But again, I want to make sure that, because I've run into it too many times where, you know, I sell more copies of something than I actually have in my inventory. And it's a pain in the fucking ass having to go into my collection. And sometimes I don't even have the card, so I have to refund the person. So, um, anyways, anyways, yeah, so that's been nice. I think it's gonna, you know, make this a bit more enjoyable. Being able to like inventory the things just so easily. Now, most of the cards are you know, most of the cards that I'm inventorying are adding to the inventory are bulk, right? So it's like I don't give a fuck if this card's 1 cent, 10 cent, whatever. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Um, but the cards that, you know, the cards that I'm going to sell for a bit more than that are going to, um, you know, they're going to get inventory probably separately, right? Because those are cards that I'm not going to have a lot of anyways. Yeah, well, I'm chatting. I hit my 20-minute limit. It's funny because every time I start a stream, I'm chatting, I'm talking, I'm blah, blah, blah. And then I look up and I'm like, I feel like I have a feeling where I'm like, okay, I'm done talking. Let's jump into opening some packs, and I look up, and it's right at around 20 minutes every time, right? So sometimes it's like a minute less, give or take a minute. Either way, it's like around 20 minutes, and I'm like, so that must be my limit on just yapping without opening packs. What do I want to open first? So we have a couple of different things. We got Riftbound, so we'll open Riftbound first, like we always do, obviously. But then we have a couple of Pokemon. We have some PRBO2. We have the last of OP07 that my wife got me for Christmas. And then we have a Japanese pack of OP09. What the hell is this called? It's like the Emperors, the New Emperors or something. The Emperors of the New Era or some shit like that. Yeah, but it's a Japanese pack, but it came with the box that my wife got me. So I'm going to open that. The Japanese packs are a little bit different. Everything is like half, right? So there's half the cards in a box, or there's half the packs in a box, and then there's half the cards in a pack. So there's like, does it tell me how many cards are in this damn thing? I mean, we'll count it, but it's less. Yeah, it's like 6 cards are in here, and then the boxes only have like 1 hit in them. All right, so we're doing a little bit of everything today. Again, we're just kind of hodgepodging shit together until next Friday, OP14. I'll have at least 2 boxes and probably more. I'm going to try and get all the boxes I fucking can on next Friday, because I have 2 that are pre-ordered that are pretty much guaranteed. I did pre-order from another shop. It's a new shop, but I just did that like a couple of days ago. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that box. We'll see. That's box number 3. And then I'll probably like maybe drive around and see if I can, or maybe call around actually. I'll call around first to see if there are any shops that are willing to sell them to me the release day. They'll probably have some release events, so maybe I'll look into that, go to a release event, because they typically will sell you one at the release events. But I know there are some shops that will sell, even if they're not having the release event, they'll maybe sell you one early or something like that. So we'll see. I know I'll have at least 2 boxes. If I can have 2 boxes by the end of Friday, which I'm sure I will, I'll be happy with that. So we will not be doing an unboxing, blah blah blah. We will not be doing a boxing day on Wednesday. We'll be doing it on Friday, because we'll be getting a box of OP14. So heads up there. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. We got a pack of Riftbound to open. But yeah, and then Saturday, I'm sure that they'll have some tournaments. Matter of fact, I probably need to look at the app to see when the actual tournaments are. those pre-release tournaments will be. Because if I can make it 2 of them on Saturday, and then maybe 2 of them on Sunday, that'd be pretty nice. But we'll see. That's a fucking lot. That is a lot. I don't know if I have the energy to do that. So I may, if I can get 2 and 2, if I can get 4 that weekend, that would be cool, because I'm sure throughout the week I probably can buy some, and then once the actual sale goes, I'm sure I can probably buy some boxes at that point. All right, Pouty Porro, Stupefy, Sunlit Guardian. I'm pretty sure I have all the commons. I think I'm at that point where I have all the commons, but the uncommons are ones that I don't have, like uncommons enough, which is pretty crazy because I've opened a ton of packs. Yeah, channel 2 runes exhausted. If you couldn't channel 2 runes this way, draw 1 card. That's actually a pretty dope effect, right? So you're ramping 2 runes, that's crazy. But if you couldn't channel 2 runes, so even if you could channel 1 rune, it's from the sounds of it, if you could channel 1 rune, you still get to draw a card. So channel 1 and draw 1. That's actually crazy. First Mate, Holographic. Ooh, this card looks fucking badass. I know I don't have this card. This shit looks fucking amazing. So what is this spell? Okay, got to be pretty powerful. It's a 6 cost 2 power spell. So let's see, what are we getting for 6 cost 2 power? Play a unit from your trash, ignoring its energy cost. You must still pay its power cost. Okay. So that's actually not a bad spell. That's actually, and this fucking art, look, this shit looks fucking, I'm trying to see if it looks as dope to you guys. It looks like it's kind of like 3D-ish, like the hand is like coming out of off the card almost. Like, that is a fucking awesome looking card. I love that. That is fantastic. I love the way this card looks. Wow. Got another Super Mega Death Rocket. This is our 3rd one. I'm not gonna, hate or anything, but I want to complete my collection. So when we get showcase cards in a box and it's of a card that we already have, I'm just kind of like, but I'll take it. Good card. It's for Jinx, and then we got the Body Room. All right. Okay, so try and get these sorted, because I'm pretty sure all these common cards I'll have, these will probably go into my I don't know about this card. These will go into bulk, I'm sure, but I'll have to check these out. Alrighty then. Speaking of that, I gotta make sure I take those Super Mega Death Rockets off. Alright, let's open the Japanese pack. Let's open the Japanese pack. Let's see, did they have their little... Okay, they look like they have their little... Yeah, see, this pack is so much thinner, right? Alright. I'll count the cards. So this is Nico Olivia, I think. I can't remember her name. Wow, I used to play this card all the time in my Blackbeard deck. Oh well, can't think of its name. Can't think of any of these fucking cards' names. So look at me, I'm a shitty Blackbeard player. Kuma, man, that is look at how the Japanese language is wild. They have like their characters, and they have like characters on top of the characters. Like, man. Lucky Roo. Okay. I'm tripping because I'm okay, this is one on KO up to one of your opponent's characters. Okay. With the what is it? With 6,000 power or less. KO up to one of your opponents with 6,000 power or less. Okay, I was thinking of the PRBO2 Lucky Roo. Okay, let's go Pokemon first. We will do Pokemon. I got quite a few Pokemon packs that I just need to get through. Because they're just sitting there. I think tomorrow I might go hunting. Hunting we will go. I think I'll go hunting for some cards. Just not many places. Just my usual suspects, which I haven't been doing as frequently. We'll go to like Hot Topic, Five Below, Target. I think that'll probably be it, if I'm being honest. All right. Okay, got our basic energy, Mantine, Miltank, Shrootle, Heliolisk, Mega Signal. Search your deck for a Mega Evolution Pokemon EX. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Celebi. Stone Journer. Boss's Orders. That card looks pretty cool. I like the artwork on that one. That looks dope. Mystery Garden. And last but not least, ooh, that looks awesome. Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile, actually. Yeah, but that looks awesome. What does this do? 270 HP. Gobble Down. Hey, Gobble Down, holla at me. This attack does 80 damage for each prize card you have taken. Huge Bite. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack's base damage is 30. So you want to do this attack first. That artwork looks crazy. That looks really good. Cool. Coolio. The Mega Evolved form of Mawile. So you still have to evolve it, huh? Okay, that's cool. It's a pretty dope. Pretty dope. Alright, so Pokemon. Then we're gonna get a. We still have 2 Pokemon level. We're gonna mix it up. We're gonna mix it up a bit. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we still have a secret rare that we have not pulled yet from this set. So let's see what we can get here. Monda. And I was mentioning you know, just the vast amount of cards that I have to sort and go through. It honestly won't be that bad because now that I have this little tool that's gonna make it a little easier to like inventory things, I won't, you know, wait 2 weeks to do it, right? So when I have like, you know, 100 cards to do, I can get through that very, very quickly, right? Because right now each of the different colors that I've done in OP13, and again I'm not even done with OP13, was about 60 to 70, and it took me, you know, maybe 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, right? And that was me just kind of getting used to everything. So I probably can do it in like 2 minutes or so. So yeah, that'll make things a lot easier when I'm actually going through the cards every day or every couple of days or however long I decide to do it. Okay, York. What does this York do? 5 cost, 6,000 power, 1k counter. You may add the top life card. You're like, your hand, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. Meh. Not that great. Iron Body. They must have heard about me. More pizza, please. More pizza. Yo-Yo in the back, chilling. I think that's Yo-Yo at least. Mr. Tanaka with the trigger. Play this card. It's not bad. Ooh, the Tony Chopper. Fiend, you're not here, but shout out Fiend. Blaze Slice. Okay, man. So it's a 1 cost Land of Wano, the Acacia 9. Main counter up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. Then if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. That's a good ass fucking ability. That really is. And if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, rest up to... So definitely like on a counter, you know, this could just be a 1k counter and then rest of 4k or 4 cost. So that's taking away an entire attack. Okay. Not bad at all. What is this? This is OP07, which I have not sorted, correct? I have not sorted OP07. Yeah, so... Okay, I'm just gonna throw those up in that thing. PRB02. So these are from the box that I was opening the other day. I didn't finish opening the box. Like when you get all the hits, when you know you've got all the hits, when you hit 5 hits. So we pulled that Smokerdon, that gold Smokerdon. Opening the last packs just kind of like loses its magic, you know, if I'm being honest. So, oh yeah, ganked that, my bad. So this is from, this is from a box. This is from the box that my wife got me for Christmas. So we opened that a couple of days ago, and we, and we did pull a gold Don. It was a gold Smokerdon though, so it wasn't a Pizza Don. We're gonna get one eventually. We're gonna get a Pizza Don eventually. But yeah, these don't have anything. These don't have anything special in it because we've hit the limit on the box. So these won't have anything great. Gum Rain. I mean, they could have some good things. Bam, for example, good things. Marshall D. Teach. San Nogoro. Then Caesar Clown Don. This is PRBO2, which I have not sorted. All right, back to the Pokemon. Well then, motherfucker, you gotta be at more streams, man. You the #1 mod in the world. I need you. I need you, buddy. Oh, and by the way, I've been, so Fiend asked about Discord, so he joined the Discord the other day. And so it kind of, you know how things happen. It kind of like your motivation kind of happens in like spurts and bursts and things like that. So when he joined, I kind of got some motivation to like add some channels to the Discord. And so I added a couple just for different card game hits. So I put like some like Pokemon, Riftbound. I put like a generic one in there for any other card game. Then obviously One Piece, where you can just show some hits that you have. I was thinking about trying to come up with ideas for like other channels, right, to add, and it doesn't have to be, you know, today or anything like that, but eventually we'll want to add some more channels, see what people are talking about, see what people would like us to add. I would, if I'm being honest, if I pulled the gold Pizza Don and you weren't here, I'd be sad as hell too. Just like if I pull a gold Chopper Don and Fiend isn't here, I'd be like, I would like reseal the pack or something and not tell you, and then pull it a different day. All right. Oh, that's a good idea. Not suitable for work channel. Sandshrew. Sparrow. Grumpig. Forest of Vitality. I need to go there. Speaking of not suitable for work. Ooh, Clawitzer. Looks good. And then Cinderace. Man, we got a Mega EX and then a Clawitzer. my friend. See, again, I don't really care about Pokemon cards. I did hit a pretty good card the other day, from an old pack. Um, it was Misty's Lapras, and it looks awesome and graded. I think I saw one that sold for like 260 or something like that. I think it was like maybe a 10 or something. Maybe it wasn't a 10. I don't know. But Pokemon cards are harder to get 10s anyways. But yeah, the Misty's Lapras looks. I actually really like the way it looked. So I did send that off to get graded last week. So we won't see that until like March or so. But once that starts hitting, man, this it's gonna be crazy. Like starting next week, next Friday, it's gonna be very, very busy with like card stuff, right? So it's not gonna happen in January. I think in February there will I may be getting some cards back. So January is gonna have, the boxes, those special illustration boxes, which I'm probably as excited about those because they have PRBO2 and OP13 packs in those. So I'm gonna buy as many of those as I possibly can get. Whenever I see them anywhere and everywhere, I'm gonna be buying those. So that comes out on the 16th, as well as OP14. Um, and then in February, EBO3 comes out. That's not till the end of February, but we will have Riftbound. That comes out. Riftbound Set 2 comes out in February, like mid-February, I think. So we'll have that. Then we'll go a couple weeks. Then we'll get EBO4. And then March. I don't think any One Piece comes out in March because I think OP15 comes out in April. So I don't think March will have any One Piece. But we'll have plenty of shit that we get that we get prior to that, where we'll be able to, live off of that. Oh, and this is why I was bringing that up in the first place. We should start. I think maybe in February is when we could potentially start getting like graded stuff back. I actually looked at my the next. So I got my first graded card back, or not the first one, but I got the Luffy that I sent off in November, but I paid for the expedited service for that one, which took 20 to 25 days. So that one took about a month and a half to get back. And so I'm assuming probably in February there's a chance that we could potentially start getting some of the cards back that I sent off. Long story short, so I did send some off on the beginning-ish of November. I sent them to PSA. So I think February is a pretty good guesstimation that I'll get those back. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be March, but around that time we should be getting some graded cards back, and then hopefully we'll get like a steady flow of graded cards, and those will be like a lot more. So we can do like entire streams on just opening graded cards or revealing graded cards. Maybe I'll do like reveal one of the cards per day. No, I can't do that. I couldn't do that. I'm not even gonna lie. I couldn't. Like, it took a lot of willpower just to not show or not look at the one card that I was getting in. If I got 25 cards, there's no way I'm gonna be able to wait 25 days to look at all the cards. So I'm definitely gonna do a whole reveal stream where we're doing the whole damn whatever we get, the whole shipment when we get the shipment back. Score Bunny, Young Goose, SQ, Kadabra, Abracadabra, Abracadabra, Abracadabra. Who's speaking of Abracadabra? Alakazam. Ooh, this card looks awesome, man. We getting some fucking hits from the Pokemon. Sheesh. We got I think all 3 Pokemon packs that we've gotten were hits, and I think this one's actually This one isn't maybe it's not a hit because this is only like a silver, but a silver double star. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out, but these are the three that we've gotten from the Pokemon pack so far. And we only have 3 Pokemon packs that we're opening today. But this is Wally's Compassion. I bet you that one's worth maybe looking into as far as getting graded. We'll see. You know what? I'm gonna grab a sleeve for that one just in case. You never know. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Wally's Compassion. Heal all damage from one of your Mega Evolution Pokemon EX. If you healed any damage in this way, put all energy attached to that Pokemon into your hand. Alrighty. Let's look up that Wally's Compassion. Wally's Compassion Pokemon. Oh, Wally's. Wally's Compassion 176. Oh, so there is a specialer version of it. So this one is the silver version. This one is what it's going for, $1.50. Let's go back. Let's try it again. Let's see what the other one looks like. I'll be interested. Wally's Compassion 186. Oh, maybe have I had this one before? This one, I think I had this one before. This one looks familiar. I'm not showing you guys, I know that, but let's see. Yeah, I think I've had this one before. Back before I was maybe I still have it. Let's see if anyone has it graded and selling it. Okay, $1,000. That's cool. Okay. That card looks familiar. This one still looks awesome though. I still like the way this one looks, actually. I really do. Okay. You know, sometimes it's about what you like and not the actual value of the card. So, oh, isn't that sweet? I never heard that come from me. I'm all about the dollar bills. All right. What do we have here? Porchamy. He's an enemy of porches for some reason. Blue Jam. Red card, his name is Blue Jam. Egghead. Doiso. Dracula Mihawk. Draw one card. Pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. Captain John. Gecko Moria. Ooh, Kaku. I think this is the first one I've opened in this box. And, ooh, a Trafalgar Law. I don't remember pulling these cards. Let me see. Oh, I did pull one of these because I remember this effect. 4 cost, 4,000 power, 2k counter. Again, has utility. You may return this character to the owner's hand. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, your opponent places 1 card from their hand at the bottom of their decks. At the bottom of their deck. That's like, you know, that's very, very mid. Like Kaku, you may place 2 cards with a type including CP from your trash at the bottom of your deck. Give up to one of your opponent's characters negative. Oh, see, this is a dope card here because typically the build for 4 cost 5,000 power characters is a 1k counter. This one actually has a 2k counter. Huh. So that's actually cool. I'm sure that card was pretty dope back in the day. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. 3. Ooh, a Trafalgar Law. That's not too bad. They haven't figured out how to use that card yet, so when somebody does, I am sure that that card is going to be absolutely freaking busted. That card looks so good. This Trafalgar Law. We'll read it. 6 cost, 7,000 power, 1k counter. Once per turn, if this character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may instead give this character negative 2,000 power during this turn. Instead, whatever. So yeah, that's not a bad ability. It's gonna be sticky, and when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters negative 2,000 power during this turn. Like, that's a very, very good effect, right? So it basically can act as like a 9,000 power swing into one of your opponent's characters, right? So your opponent essentially has to counter an extra 2 cards to try and save something if they want to save it. Okay, last card. So this should be a secret rare, unless they've switched up how the boxes work, which I don't know. Maybe the boxes work a different way. You know, before I got into the game, but I have not gotten a secret rare from this box, and this is the last pack in the box. I have gotten 2 alternate arts though, so I'm assuming again the box is gonna have, you know, 2 alt arts. That would be consistent with what I know of the current boxes, right? Where you get at least 1 secret rare and you get at least 1 alternate art, and then sometimes you can get something else, right? So we'll see. Gizmonda, Edison, Vanga Forest 1, my girl Koala, chomping that. What is that, a crab? That's a crab, bro. I thought this was a burger the whole time, but that's a little crab. Every time I saw this card, keep out. Joseph A. Bank. This is a leader pack. What the? Okay, so I guess the boxes were different. I guess the boxes were different back then. I was under the impression that you would get a secret rare in every box, but apparently there's just 2 hits in a box. So, oh well, it'd be like that. They were some pretty good hits though, so it kind of sucks that the last pack was a leader pack, because we don't end on leader packs. Y'all know the rules. You know the rules. You know. Okay, well, God, I owe you another pack. Ooh. took much longer than I expected. I just don't know what to do. I don't have any like loose packs. I don't have any loose packs of One Piece, so I just grabbed some Pokemon. Grabbing Pokemon, y'all. I'm sorry. And on Pokemon, guaranteed not to get a leader pack, but we'll only have to deal with this for a week. I have some stuff in there. I have like some ideas on what I want to do. I have like some illustration boxes. I do have a couple of those, which I can only open one of those those devil fruit sets or whatever. They have like a couple packs in them, so I'll get creative here to be able to get to. I just need to get to next Friday. I just need to get to next Friday. And then we'll have more One Piece than we know what to do with. Not really. We'll always need more. But okay, let's flip these around. But today we're gonna have to end on some Pokemon. Which hey, the Pokemon been hitting today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur. Ooh, holy shit. That card looks fucking amazing. Inteleon. Oh yeah, that looks really good. And that's like a gold, one of the gold doohickeys. Yeah. Man, we got Pokemon was hitting today. The Pokemon was hitting today. We didn't get nothing from One Piece, and I guess we did get something from where's the Riftbound at? We did get something from Riftbound, and I don't know where I put the Riftbound cards at. Those are lost in the sauce right now, but every pack of Pokemon had a hit in that B. Oh, that's what I did. I covered it up. So these are the 4 Pokemon hits. These are them. I don't know if these if the EX cards are considered hits, but whatever. So if anybody's watching now or in the future, here you go. We do more than just One Piece hits. I may put these in my new channel, my new Discord channel. But yeah, that Inteleon looks freaking amazing. I love the way it looks. I'm gonna throw this in here with this Wally's Compassion, because Wally, you don't deserve a box by yourself. You can share with your friend. Here, this Inteleon. Yeah, it looks good. Looks very, very good. I like it. All right, cool. Well, that was pretty straightforward. Yeah, so we'll probably be back tomorrow. I'll figure something out. I have some boxes that I can maybe open, and you know, we can dredge through until next Friday. We still have Pokemon packs, so we'll be opening some Pokemon. Let's see. We got some stuff in there. We'll figure some stuff out. We'll be able to make it till next Friday. I know that for a fact. And then, you know, tomorrow I'll be doing some research, and we'll maybe we'll be able to get some packs or something somewhere. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and until tomorrow, peace.